Hi, good morning. I'm not sure if I had the right number. I'm looking for Stephanie.
This is she.
Hi, good morning, Stephanie. My name is Celso. I was hoping to ask you a quick question this morning. Would that be okay?
Sure.
I actually saw an address here on City View Drive. I'm not sure if this call is appropriate, but I was just curious. Do you still happen to own that property by chance?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't? Did you sell it, or did you at some point own the
Sold it.
property?
I sold it.
Okay. Well, I'm actually a local realtor in the area, and I was just curious. Do you still happen to have any interest in acquiring or possibly looking to liquidate any potential assets?
I don't think you don't.
Okay. Thank you, Stephanie.
Okay. Bye.
I, I know what I did wrong on that.
So tell me, so pause the dialer. Let's talk about it.
I should have been, Stephanie, can I ask you one more question?
Before I
Like I
let you
mentioned
go.
before I let you go, I'm actually a local realtor here in the area, as I mentioned. I just wanted to let you know if it'd be of any value for us to stay in contact together in the event that you do look to sell any assets or look to purchase any assets as well.
Yeah, I mean, you were already on the phone call anyways, right? So is this a potential prospect to put into our database to nurture? And what we're selling is if the day ever came where you look to buy or sell a home, do you have a close real estate agent that you work with, or would you be open to maybe having a relationship and giving me the opportunity to earn your business over time? Right? And we're looking to, because now we got nothing out of it, which is totally fine. It was a
Yeah.
great call. Love the structure of the phone call. When you identify the property in which you're calling about, just don't worry about the numbers before the street name. Just get right into the street name. I was calling
Yeah.
about a property, and then I would actually increase your pace a bit to get that out faster. So I was calling about the property on this street. You're not still the owner, are you? And let's invert it to get a. Let's assume that they're not looking for the yes. Does that make sense? You're not
Correct.
still the owner of that property, are you? Well, yes, I am. Why? That's what we're going to run.
Okay. So then, kind of getting through everything, I do use the city portion, increasing the pace. I was using a low voice just because she came in at a low voice.
Absolutely. Love it. Let's continue to mirror and match, but let's pick up the pace to get the property address out to find out, does this person own the property? Let's just speed that up a bit, and then we can really listen to the personality style of the prospect.
Okay. Mm.
The person you are trying to reach is not accepting calls at this time. Please try your call again later. La persona con la que intenta comunicarse no acepta llamadas en este momento. Favor de llamar de nuevo más tarde. Message 24 SL13UN.
Okay. Should have picked up.
¿Aló?
Hi, good morning. I'm not sure if I had the right number. I'm looking for Javier.
Yes, soy yo.
Hi, Javier. My name is Celso. I was hoping to ask you a quick question this morning. Would that be okay?
I'm working right now.
Yeah.
Who do you work for?
Can I ask you a quick question before I let you go?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just curious. I saw an address here on Northwest 64th Avenue. I was just curious. Do you still happen to own that by chance?
This is Spanish.
Sí, habla español. Vi la dirección aquí
Perfecto.
en la calle 64 Avenida. ¿Usted sigue siendo el dueño por si acaso?
74 Avenida.
Sí.
¿Desde qué zona me está hablando? ¿De qué barrio?
La es en Tamarack, 6090 Northwest.
Oh, el apartamento, sí,
Sí,
claro.
sí,
Ajá,
sí. Ok, perfecto. Yo estoy curioso. Yo soy un agente de real estate. Yo estoy aquí en el área. Estaba curioso. ¿Tenía una opción en querer vender o pues posiblemente recibir un precio por la propiedad?
no, por ahora no. Por
Sí,
ahora no.
sí. No, yo sí lo entiendo. Déjame hacer una preguntita. Viendo que el mercado está donde está ahorita y de pronto tiene un poco de equity en la propiedad, ¿sería una opción de pronto pues, revisar números, sentarnos a tener una conversación?
No, por ahora no. Por ahora no.
¿Y esto, y esto es para siempre o esto es para solo quiere tenerlo como una inversión fija para usted?
Por lo menos por los próximos 5 años, sí.
5 años, ok.
Después ver qué hago, sí.
Sí, no, yo lo entiendo. Antes que lo deje ir, yo soy, como les dije, soy un agente, no estoy interesado ahorita en comprar la propiedad o de pronto estoy más interesado en ver cómo lo puedo ayudar a usted. Yo mando una carta una vez al mes. ¿Estaría interesado en el momento de que usted quiera hacer algo que podríamos estar en contacto?
Sí, 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 claro.
Ok,
No hay problema.
perfecto. ¿Cuál sería el mejor correo electrónico que le pudiera mandar esa carta?
Javier Pineda 9 con número, @hotmail.
Javier Pineida 9 @hotmail.com.
Correcto.
Perfecto. Es una carta que le manda una vez al mes. ¿Y cuándo sería un mejor tiempo para mantenernos en contacto? Um, ¿Qué
Por la
cada
tarde.
¿Mande?
¿Aló?
¿Me escucha ahí, Javier?
Sí, sí.
¿En qué cada tiempo usted preferiría que yo le dé una llamadita para solo mantenernos en contacto en el evento de que usted quiera hacer algo en algún futuro?
Por ahí si quieres llamarme en un par de meses, no hay problema.
Ok, en unos 3 meses y yo le doy una llamadita. Ok.
Sí, claro.
Muchas
Ok.
gracias, Javier. Cuídese.
Gracias a usted.
Hasta luego.
What did you say?
So it's basically the same script, just kind of looking to dig for motivation. So I told he confirmed the property address. I told him I didn't ask the one key question that I should have asked, which was if you were to get an offer today, would you? I guess I was too caught up in translating in my head.
Yeah.
And
So how do you structure that question though? So tell me how you want to structure it.
so in Spanish or just in general?
Just in general. So if you're going to ask that question, which is the question you're looking to ask, how are we going to structure the question? Tell me how it sounds.
Confirm the address, ask them that if it's been an option to sell, and if they say no, not interested in selling right now, like he told me, I would have then pivoted to the question, yeah, I completely understand. Let me ask you this. I mean, and just let's just pretend for a second that you were presented with a really good offer and it made sense both financially, you and your family. Would you even consider that, or would you just not do anything at the
All right.
moment?
So I think you just have a habit of asking the yes oriented questions. So let's just make sure the dialer's on pause. I want to have a conversation about this. I want you to think about this. When you're making outbound sales calls and all of these conversations, all of the contacts that you're making are first contacts, right? You never talked to any of these people before. We have to be smart enough to know that their resistance is going to be at its all-time highest. So what we want to do, for the most part, on the initial sales call is ask no-oriented questions. So right now, you're in a habit, I'm going to explain in just a second. All of your questions right now are all you're looking for the prospect to say yes. And because of that, the prospect feels sales pressure. And because of that, you in return get their reactance. So when you ask somebody, hey, I was calling about the property here on XYZ Street, do you still own it? They already feel the pressure. If they own it, you probably hear a lot of, well, yes, I do, and I'm not interested in selling. Don't
Okay.
you? You probably hear
Yeah.
a lot of that. So what we have, the first question in the script is, I was calling about the property on Elm Street. You're not still the owner, are
You're
you?
not the owner.
So you invert that. What is the answer to that question if they own it?
Oh, yes, I am still the owner.
That's right.
Okay.
You're not still the owner of that, are you? You're assuming it's a no, and now they defend that no with the yes, right?
Got
So
it.
that's the first inverted question I want you to ask. You're not still the owner. You don't still own that, do you? Well, yes, I do. Why? What's up? Right? You see the difference? Now they're defensive by giving you the information that you want versus they're being defensive not giving you the information that you want. Well, yes, I am. Why? Well, listen, I'm a local real estate agent, and there's been a lot of buyers, believe it or not, that are looking to purchase a home just like that one in the neighborhood. And I just didn't know if you had an offer that made sense. Would that be something you'd be totally against? Well, no, I wouldn't, right? Instead of saying, Would you be open to the offer? You're looking for them to say, well, yes, I am. It's very rare that you're going to get that, right? So we have to ask the question that solicits the no. And by them saying no means that they are interested.
So what I'm understanding is three types of inverted questions that I should be asking. You still don't happen to own that property on 123 Main Street, do you? That's the
And so
first
let's
one.
pause there. Let's talk about that. The reason we do that is because it is a pattern interrupt.
Correct.
You are assuming as though they are not interested. They don't own the property. You're assuming the no. You're going for the no. And because you're going for the no, then the person, because you're going for the no, elicits the yes. When you go for the yes, you get a lot of no's. That's what we're looking to do here. All right? So like, I'll give you another example. You could say, let's just pretend, I know we're calling absentee owners right now. We're just trying to find out if they own the property or not. But if you're calling a for sale by owner, that same question could be structured this way. Hey, I was calling about the property for sale on X, Y, and Z street. It's not still available, is it? Because you're assuming it's sold. And so now the prospect's in their head like, man, no, it's not sold. I might have something here, right? And so same thing for an expired listing. Hey, I was calling about the property here on Elm Street. That property isn't still available, is it? Well, yeah, right? So it's just a different way of asking it. Because if you say, well, is the property sold? And then they say no, and now here comes the resistance.
Correct. Okay. So then just basically the same structure that I have, just inverting the questions into
That's right.
a no. I'm starting from zero, so it's like the more no's I give them, the more yes I go higher and higher and higher.
Exactly. So once that first question's got to be designed like you almost assume this is called the rejection-free script, right? Because it's like, hey, listen, if I had a bag of $1 million, that's not something you'd be interested in, would it? You know what I mean? Wait, what would you say? How do you feel right now? Like what? You're like, well, what do you mean? Wait, don't go anywhere yet, right?
Yeah.
Versus, hey, this is Brandon, and I've got something really interesting to tell you. Can I tell? No, I don't want anything to do with that, right? You don't even know what it is yet. But when I assume there's no interest, it lowers sales pressure. All right, so it's just a pattern interrupt. Now, once we get into the conversation, truly the no inverted questions, we're looking for the answers to be no. So, as an example, if I'm going to ask a question around if somebody's open to the idea of maybe reviewing an offer, instead of asking it the way I just did, which is, hey, Celso, with the market being the way that it is, we still have a lot of buyers that want to purchase a home like yours. If you got a great offer, is that something you'd be open to? That's a question that will elicit sales resistance. You're going to want to tell me no. So what I'm going to do is the exact opposite. Hey, Celso, listen, believe it or not, there's been a lot of buyers that want to purchase a home just like yours. And I was just curious, if you were presented with an offer that made sense, is that something you'd be totally against with a downswing?
Totally against.
So if they're interested, what is the answer that they're going to say?
Usually it's a maybe, yeah. Maybe,
No. Listen. Let's go back to the first style of question.
Okay.
Hey, would you be open to the idea of an offer if the offer made sense? If they're interested, what is the answer to that question?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Let me ask you the opposite way. Hey, if you were presented with an offer, is that something you'd be totally against? If you were interested, what would the answer be?
Yes. Oh, no. The
It'd be
answer
no. No, I wouldn't be against that. Do
Mm,
you see what we're doing? The answer that's interested is no. Most amateur salespeople only ask what we call yes-oriented questions. In return, they don't get very many of them. Isn't it true that every time you ask a yes-oriented question, most of the time you get some type of pushback?
I get a no. Yeah. That's
You get a no. You get a no. So why don't we go into the call knowing that? Let's play chess, not checkers. Let's go into the call asking questions that now are no-oriented, that solicit them to use the word no. And all you have to do when you ask that question is invert it. So instead of saying, would you be open to this, just say, would you be against this?
Or would you be opposed?
Would you be
Or
opposed? Would you be offended? Would you be against? Would you be totally against? Would you be closed-minded to? Any of those inverted question patterns will work to solicit the no. And I'm telling you, it works so well because people aren't used to being questioned that way. And the amateur salesperson only asks yes-oriented questions, and people are so used to that. That's why you get so many no's.
Okay. So then all my questions have to be, I don't suppose you still own that property on 123 Main Street. Or you're
You
still
don't
not,
still own that property, do you?
you still don't own that property, do
Assume
you?
they don't so that they defend it and say, yes, I do. Why? What's up?
Oh, okay, perfect. Well, and then I'd go into I'm the
Script.
local script and then ask them, I'm not sure if this would be appropriate or if you even consider accepting an offer if it made sense financially.
Okay, good. We can clean that up a bit. So let's role play this, alrighty? So I'm going to call you first. Ring, ring, ring.
Hello?
Yeah, Celso?
Yeah.
Yeah, Celso. My name is Brandon. Know this call's out of the blue. I was hoping to maybe just ask you a quick question. Would that be okay?
Yeah, what's this about?
Yeah, the property over at Elm Street, you don't still own that still, you do you?
Yeah, I actually do.
Yeah. So the reason I'm calling is I'm a local real estate agent, and believe it or not, there's a lot of buyers that want to purchase a home just like the one over on Elm. And I just didn't know if you were presented with an offer, it made sense financially. That's not something you'd even consider, is it?
Well, yeah, actually, as a matter of fact, I would.
I mean, okay, got it. And then I can get into it.
Got it. Okay, so then just go into, and then but there has to be a point that I have to drop that. I can't, because then I feel like they get annoyed that
Yeah.
I'm
Now
trying
you're past it. Now you've got it. Now you've got a lead. You've got
to now have
somebody.
a
So
conversation.
now we can just get into a conversation, right? So let's do that again. All right.
Okay.
I'm hoping that you noticed how quickly I got to the address. You cannot fumble that address. If you fumble that street name, you got to be looking at Vulcan 7 when you're making the dial.
Yeah.
The second you fumble on the street address, they know it's a cold call and you're going to get a lot of resistance. You want to act as if this call was planned, that you are calling the specific person about a specific property for a specific reason.
Okay.
Listen to how I'm positioning the conversation. There's a lot of buyers looking to purchase homes just like that one, specifically about your home, not a general. This isn't just a widespread cold call campaign. I called Celso Gonzalez, the owner of the blue house on M with the 2-car garage, specifically because there's people that want that home specifically. When we can bring that type of specificity, now you as the person are saying, okay, well, man, this might be my new reality. So let's do it again. Ring, ring, ring.
Hello?
Hey, looking for Celso?
Yes.
Yeah, Celso. My name's Brandon. I know this call is out of the blue. Would you be offended if I just asked you a quick question real fast?
Yeah, what's up?
All right, so the property over on Elm Street, the one on 123, you don't still own that, do you?
Yeah, I still happen to own it, yeah, for sure.
You do? Okay. Yeah. I'm a local real estate agent, and listen, there's a lot of people looking to purchase a home in that neighborhood, believe it or not, just like the one that you own, and I just didn't know. Would you be totally against the idea of maybe looking at an offer if it made sense?
Totally against. Yeah, no, I would not be, actually. I'd be open to that idea.
Now we're in a good spot.
Totally against. Okay.
Yeah.
Totally against that looking at an offer if it made sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just go with that question. If that one resonated with you, it sounds like it did.
Yeah.
Run that play. Would you be totally against the idea of looking at an offer if it made sense? Because the answer to that, if they're interested, is no. I wouldn't be against that.
Now, because one thing because I've tried that, different variations of that, and people, it's crazy because I will get to a full presentation and then they'll be like, "Oh, I thought you were an investor." But when they look at my comps and they'll be like, "I thought you were an investor, like a realtor investor looking to buy the home."
Well, and that's just because we didn't clarify what our intentions were. So if all we're looking at doing right now, the hardest part of a sales call, as you know, is getting into the conversation, is breaking through initial resistance, breaking into a good conversation. Once that happens, then we can get into qualifying and all of those different things. And that's actually way easier than what we're talking about. So let's make some more dials working on what we're working on right now.
Got it. Okay. Let me pause this.
Don't
Hi.
call me anymore. Hello?
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hi. My name is Celso. I was hoping to ask you a quick question. Would that be okay?
Yeah.
I was actually calling. I saw a property here on Lime Bay Boulevard. You don't still happen to own that by chance, do you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, perfect. Well, my name is Celso. I'm actually a local realtor here in the area, and I was just curious. I'm not sure if this would be an option that you would consider, and, like totally against looking at an offer if it made sense financially.
It's according to what kind of offer it is, because I don't really am not selling, but tell
Yeah.
me what the offer is.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand. I mean, I was just curious because there is a lot of buyers in that area specifically, and I mean, if it was an option to even bring someone around, from what I'm understanding.
No, not at this point. But
Okay.
I may be considering it in 6 months or so.
Oh, okay.
So call me back.
Yeah.
All right?
Do you mind if I ask you one last question before I let you go?
Sure.
Yeah. So I'm actually, like I mentioned, I'm a local realtor in the area, and I'm not sure. I mean, you said 6 months. Would it be appropriate that we would stay in contact, being in the opportunity in 6 months you do look to sell? Then we have a working relationship, or not?
Well, just call me in 6 months. I can't answer that question.
Yeah, yeah. Gotcha.
All right, listen, that was way better. You ran the play. Pause that. I mean, that's we want to talk this through. So tell me your thoughts, because I have a lot of them.
Yeah, so I know at the beginning I fumbled and then some way I picked it up
Yep.
and then I was able to at least get a yard in or something. So that's how I kind of saw it. I did stutter a lot because
Who
I
cares? The structure of the question helped you so much that you got the prospect where you needed her to be, right? Where you really screwed up is you had her and then you lost her when you're talking about, well, there's a lot of buyers. Would you be open to me bringing a buyer? Like you
yeah
that part. So
yeah
we knew as soon as, because she said the 6 month thing before you even said that, where I would have went with that and I had it typed in the chat is, well, let's do this. Take control. Now, and then I would have offered to do some type of potentially an analysis. Well, let's do this. I know you're 6 months out. What I recommend is this, and I don't mind. That's where you would propose some type of valuation. I'll send it to you. Take a peek at it, and then we can stay in touch over the next couple of months and talk again in the future. Right? I would have at least tried to get an exchange of something of value so I can use that law of reciprocity to put that person in my database. I can drip on her over the next couple of months, start to build that relationship. That's the only piece I would have given you feedback on. But the piece I loved that you're getting really good at, it works almost every time, is when they want to get off the phone and you say, hey, before you go, can I ask you another question? That's almost a yes every time, isn't it?
it is and
It
it's
is. It's
crazy.
the best.
It's not like yeah, what do you want? It's more of like yes, and then you hear quiet.
That's
So
right.
you're just
You
walking
just
into that.
slow it all down. It's one of the greatest questions to ask to stay in the pocket, to buy yourself more time, to then ask another question. All right. So let's rock and roll. Let's do another one.
So
You've had
'cause I-
four. Yeah, go ahead.
so I took an so let me just review a quick framework.
Sure.
Confirm address. I don't suppose you still own that property, do you? And then she obviously she'd say yes. And then, oh, great, I'm a local realtor. There's a lot of buyers in that area looking to buy a property just like yours. I'm not sure if you'd be totally against reviewing an offer if it made sense. Would you?
Just get into, I'm not sure. Take that out. Just say, would you be totally against? So hold on. I'm going to come back to that. There's another piece you have to fix. The way you introduce the purpose or the reason of your call still needs work.
Okay.
When you get to the address, it takes you, I forget exactly how you do it. You really want to, as soon as you identify it's the right person that you're talking to, they give you permission to have a conversation. I want the next words out of your mouth. The property at.
The property.
Yeah,
'Cause
so let's role play this, right? So I say, hey, Celso, you say yes. I say, my name's Brandon. Can I ask you a quick question? You say, sure. The next thing out of my mouth, the property at Elm Street, just like that. The property on Smith Street, the property at this. You don't still own that, do you?
The property on X Street. Okay.
Right? Don't take so long because it comes off too salesy. So, the reason why I was calling about this property, and then it's just that time, the person's like, fuck, I can't believe I answered this call. So you want to act as if, again, you made a specific call to a specific person for a specific reason. So you got your person. Cool.
Yep.
She says, yes, I'm willing to have a conversation. Cool. The property on Smith Street, you don't still own that, do you?
The property on X Street, you still don't own
No,
that.
no, not still. You don't still own that, do
don't-
you?
Okay. You don't still own that. No,
You don't still own that, do you? With an upswing.
Correct.
You don't still own that, do you? You don't still own that, do you? Run it. Rep it. Rep it.
You still don't own that, do you?
No, you don't still.
You don't still own that, do you? You don't still own
Write
that,
it down.
do you?
Write it down. Write it down. You don't still own that, comma, do you? And do you needs to have a slight upswing at the end of that question. You don't still own that, do you?
Okay.
Yep.
Do you? Okay. You don't still own that, do you?
Yes, I do. All right, cool. Now that you've got them. Well, yeah, I do. Why? What's up?
Oh, perfect. Well, I'm actually a local realtor here in the area, and I was just curious. The property on X Street, you wouldn't be against looking at an offer if it made
All right,
sense.
let's clean this up. Let's clean this up because you have to put in a piece around. You can identify yourself as a realtor. Well, listen, I'm a local real estate agent. I'm a local realtor. There's buyers. You just use too many words. I'm a local realtor. I'm a local realtor. Write this down.
I'm a local realtor.
There's buyers looking to purchase a home just like that one.
Buyers.
Looking to purchase a home just like that one. Would you be totally against
Just that one. Would you
be against
be totally
an offer on the property if it made sense?
against an offer? Okay. On the property.
You could even say selling. You could even say, would you be totally against selling the property if it made sense? Actually, I would rather you use that because it's more of an emotional thing. Because a lot of people want to get rid of these headaches. They're an emotional drag on them. So it's like, let me get rid of this thing. Would you be totally against the idea of selling it if it made sense? So listen, I'm a local real estate agent, and there's a lot of buyers looking to purchase a home just like that one. Would you be totally against the idea of selling it if it made sense?
Yeah. No, actually, I wouldn't.
Okay. So now let's run the whole thing back from the beginning.
Okay.
Because really all we're asking is two questions. We're saying, really three. Do I have the right person?
Correct.
Right? They give you permission to talk. Do they own the property? And are they open to selling it?
And are they open to selling it? So basically, permission to talk, owner of the address, are you looking to sell it? The way I'm structuring it is through inverted questions.
That's right.
So you don't still own that, do you? And
Well, yes, I do.
Okay, perfect. I'm a local realtor. There's a lot of buyers. There's buyers looking to purchase a home just like yours in your area. I don't suppose you would be against.
The area is going to destroy you. It's got to be specific. You're too general. There's buyers looking to purchase in your area means it's not specific to them. So it's an easy fuck off. It's an easy blow off. So there's buyers looking to purchase a home just like yours. Just like that one. Just like that one. Would you be totally against selling it if financially it made sense?
Would you be totally against selling? Okay. So then I'm a local realtor. There's buyers looking to purchase a home just like yours in your area. Just like I know.
If you say your fucking area again, get that out of your head because that's the reason why. That's what happened with this last lady. Is as soon as you got general, okay, cool, you don't have anything for me right now. You're looking to bring me, no, I'm out, right? And then she retracts.
Yeah. Correct. Okay. So I'm a local realtor. There's buyers looking to purchase a home just like yours. I don't suppose
would you be totally against right there? Would you be totally against?
Would you be totally against on reviewing an offer if it made sense financially? No.
2 weeks. Would you be totally against selling it if financially it made sense? Write it down if you have to.
Yeah.
Don't rush. We're fine, dude. We're fine. Would you be total? Excuse me. Would you totally be against selling it if financially it made sense?
Selling it if financially it made sense. Okay. I'm a local realtor. There's buyers looking to purchase a home just like yours. Would you be totally against selling it if it made sense financially?
There we go. All right. So now let's go back to the beginning and let's piece this together step by step. Let's just go slow, right? So ring, ring, ring. I say hello.
Hi, is this Brandon?
Yeah, this is him.
Hi, Brandon. My name is Celso. I was just curious. Can I ask you a quick question?
You're thinking about it too much. You're really
Yeah.
thinking now.
Yeah.
You know what to say. You've got this down, right? So you can
Yeah.
ask it a bunch of different ways. You decide how you want to do it. So run it back. Ring, ring, ring. Hello.
Hi, is this Brandon?
Yeah, this is him.
Hi, Brandon. My name is Celso. Would you mind if I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
Yeah, I saw the property on 123 Main Street.
You're not even reading your own writing. I saw the property on 123 Main Street. That's not what we're doing. The property on Main Street, you don't still own it, do you? You wrote it down.
Yeah, the property on the property on Main Street. You don't still own that, do you?
That's right. That's way more concise because we called for a specific reason. Well, yes, I do.
Oh, perfect. I'm a local realtor. There's buyers looking to purchase a home just like yours in your area. Would you be against on selling it if it made sense financially?
All right, better. Would you totally be against, right? And now we're working on the delivery. Would you totally be against the idea of selling it if you found that it made sense, right? That's how it comes out unscripted. So let's run this back yet again, get more reps. So I call you, ring, ring, ring.
Hi, hello.
Looking for Celso.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Celso. My name is Brandon. I was hoping to ask you a question real quick. Would that be okay?
Yeah. What's up?
Yeah, the property at Elm Street, you don't still own that, do you?
I do actually.
You
Yeah.
do. You do. Okay. Got it. I'm a local realtor and there's buyers looking to purchase a home just like that one. Would you totally be against the idea of selling it if it made sense? You see how that
No.
comes across, right? And so now we're in it. Now we're in the play. Now we can have a nice conversation.
Okay. So then just so I can understand the piece it together in my mind is hi, is this Brandon?
Yeah, this is him.
Hi, Brandon. My name is Celso. I was hoping to ask you a quick question. Would that be okay?
Sure.
Got it. The property on X Street, you don't own that still, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay, perfect. I'm actually a local realtor. I saw that there's buyers looking to buy a home just like yours in this area, and I don't know if you'd be totally against selling it if it made sense financially.
Okay, good. I can live with that. We're getting there. So let's make a couple more dials and let's see if we can get into it.
Okay. Yes, don't.
All right, let's pause that for a sec. So why don't we do this? With the new framework that we kind of worked on this morning, why don't we have you focus on that and send me a few call clips of you executing on this play, and let's unpack that. I got to jump on another call review in 1 minute, and so if you could send me some, that'd be huge. And just work through. Is your dialer still on?
No, I just turned. I paused. That was my
Okay.
Google Calendar.
All right, cool. So let's just work on, just write it out. Let's
Yeah.
really just get it organized, get the words organized, and then rep it over and over and over and over. Like you learn the scripts in the beginning, right? Write them out verbatim 10 times a day, chant them 10 times a day, record yourself doing it, role play them with Nicole if you guys are still doing that, so that
Mhm.
you get used to running the play. You get that mind muscle memory so that when
Yeah.
you're on the calls, it becomes easy. And then send me some call clips.
Do you? How do you want me to send them to you? In the folder that we were using, or
Email,
email?
email, email.
Got it. Okay, then I'll put them in there as well. And I got my first listing.
Dude, that's phenomenal. Tell me
Yeah.
about that really quick, and then I got a jet. But tell me, so what was the lead source?
It was an absentee from a couple months ago. Went to her house yesterday, signed the paperwork. She's in a position where she wants to look at something first, buy something first, or get something under contract in a way first, and then she's like, then we'll sell my home. So we went
Yeah,
over, we got the paperwork taken care of. She actually just brought that up to me today, but
that's
it's
phenomenal, man. So you walk me through kind of this series of events. When did you first talk to her?
probably right as soon as we got like started coaching together, probably within like a month, 2 months,
Okay,
and then she was in New York, did a presentation for her, stayed in contact with her, scheduled time here. She flew from New York back to Florida. She lives 6 months there, 6 months back. After that, we went over to the house yesterday, and she's never sold a home before, so
sure.
she's very nervous. So we kind of went through the whole process, but she wants to secure something first, and then we got the paperwork taken care of, which is nice. And so we're massaging in a
You've got to
sense.
feel really good because I told you it just takes about 60 to 90 days, does it not? Everybody, that's what it takes to get your first listing. What were your biggest learnings? What is the mindset you have now that you've got that one kind of in your rearview mirror?
So I there is a lot of not just responsibility, but there is a huge balance beam that you have to play. You got to still continue to the calls. I have another listing appointment today with an expired.
Nice.
So there is a you have to be able to automate a lot of the stuff that comes in. Okay, your packaging because you're going to go on a lot of appointments and a lot
Yep.
of presentations, so you can't stop calling. My experience with this one is it's all in the follow up. It really is. Like if you're not I sent her
Right.
a handwritten note. I sent her emails. I've called her a few times. Like if you're not consistently on top of them, she could care like less. She told me there's an agent down the street
Yeah.
from her house.
Would you
You know,
would you say would you go as far as this? This is what I believe. Would you go as far to say that if you aren't going to follow up aggressively, that you might as well not even prospect at all?
yeah, no, definitely. And
It's just a waste of
the one
time. You're just going to spin your wheels. If you're not going to follow up with anyone, the chances of you getting something off the first call is just very, very little.
Yeah, and one thing I did change in my follow up is I put them into my Google Calendar now. So that
Yep.
thing that you heard, that's for me to go follow up on five, six people that I've just been trying to work for, not keeping on papers.
Yeah.
So that's been really good.
It's
I'm
great,
excited.
man. Well, congrats. Yeah, you didn't tell me that. So that's
It was
freaking.
just yesterday. I was just yeah.
Tell so. Listen, dude. You deserve it. Keep your head down. Keep grinding away. Keep working every single day. Let's get some more calls recorded. I'd love to hear those follow-up calls you're about to make too, because it's all in the follow-up. And now that you've got a pipeline, you've been doing this now for the last 60, 70 days. Don't let yourself stop and start all over again. That's my biggest piece of advice to you right now. Don't let the pipeline go after you just put in. You know how hard it was. You know the mindset you went through to do all this prospecting to build a pipeline. Now that you have it, now that it's spitting out listings, it's spitting out appointments, it's spitting out follow up. Don't stop doing
Yeah.
what got you here to start it all over again.
No, I know. Sticking to the schedule. I know it's very easy to fall off.
Oh,
Very
dude,
easy.
incredibly. And the thing is like as soon as you can become successful, what most people do is they stop doing the things that got them there, and then they can never get past this vicious cycle because it takes 90 days to build up a pipeline all over again. And that's the hardest part. Once you get past that first 90 days, everything else becomes a lot easier.
I completely agree. And staying focused, and I'm going to start structuring a little bit more things to stay on the phone more, and not let these things come in. So
Good.
I'm very excited, Brandon, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for
For sure,
everything. So I'm
brother.
going to get those call reviews into you, okay?
Please do. I'll talk to you soon, all right?
Talk to you soon, Brandon. Thank
All
you.
right, see ya.